daily camera. I said, so Colorado had a board meeting last week. It eventually was just wiped out. They're going to have one Monday. It all just depends on who you talk to. Brian, I asked him, I said, any idea what's on the agenda? And he said, I have no idea. So is it realignment related? No one, at least that we can tell, can confirm that. I do know that a couple of people who have been pretty good insiders for me and also the site have not said much in the last few days, and not sure if that means that everyone's trying to keep this somewhat, let's get to the meeting and then go from there to see what happens. Now, here's what, go ahead.
I mean, this just rings awfully close to tracking flights during coaching searches.
Which is what somebody said on the site today.
Oh, did they?
Yeah, they did.
That just popped into my head. I hadn't read that, so that's funny that somebody else thought that too. But yeah, that's how it's now kind of registering with me is the flight trackers. And, there's been times where those meetings were probably relevant and perhaps there was something to it. And then there's been a few times now where they get called off or they have nothing to do with anything realignment related. So, I'm cautious, or at least I'm just sort of like, okay, let's wait and see when it comes to these types of things. But yeah, I mean, maybe there's something to it. If it's like a lot of these others, then there's not, and it's just nothing but a regular meeting. So it will be nice to have some clarity on that. It will be nice to just have some clarity on the situation in general. Macro's pointed to something having to give here in the next 60 days or so. That kind of seems to be the prevailing thought of most everybody is there's got to be a resolution reached here pretty soon, and certainly before football season kicks off. So that does give you about 2 more months. But, yeah, the days of not having to worry about every meeting that pops up will be, good to reach at some point. So, yeah, let's see what this is, and maybe it's the big meeting that we've all been waiting for, but maybe then again it's just another one that rolls on by or gets canceled or whatever. So very intrigued by what that ends up being.
I don't think you're going to hear too much other than the fact there's a board meeting Monday. Again, one of the guys that I've relied on who's really tight into this thing said that pretty much everyone wants to just keep their mouths shut, get to the meeting, see what happens, and go from there because of last week's meeting being not blown up, but it did not work out because there were some hey, I want to give my impression or my opinion or how I feel about what we might be discussing when it comes to the possibility of any kind of realignment news in Colorado. Now, the SEC